Burnin Konn was a mining planet deep in the Outer Rim where the tragic Operation Cinder was carried out, and Imperial Sharpshooter Migs Mayfeld lost so many of his fellow men. So I'm going to break down the very short history of this pink world and how it was turned into a hellscape after the execution of Operation Cinder. Before we get into it, make sure to smash the subscribe button for more awesome Star Wars lore content. Burnin Konn was a planet located within the very important Anoat sector of the galaxy's outer rim, surrounded by the planets Bespin and Hoth. Although the surface of Burnin Konn was mostly inhospitable on the best of days, the pink world still attracted many people from around the galaxy who sought to make a better life for themselves because of its very rich and plentiful chromium ore deposits deep beneath the ground. As a result of these deposits, small settlements began to pop up around the mines of the planet, with many poor workers from the mid and outer rims coming together to live in harmony. Although, because of the planet's harsh conditions, most settlers were locked into the areas surrounding the Konn-Nevos Spaceport, the Longstar Marketplace, and the Carbon Score Cantina. The settlers of Burnin Konn built their towns and cities in locations that would not become victim to the planet's deadly winds and horrid clouds of carbon dust. The two main cities of Burnin Konn were the central company town of Arcus and the less populated Ash Heap. And soon after the Battle of Endor is where the tragedy begins, before Operation Cinder is even executed on their world. Shortly after the supposed death of Emperor Palpatine at the hands of Darth Vader, Imperial Governor Ubric Adelhard, who was in charge of Burnin Konn, blockaded the system from receiving any outside information from the wider galaxy and shielding them from the news of Palpatine's death. On top of this, however, and even more disgracefully, Governor Adelhard blockaded the planets in the Anoat sector from receiving any food or medical supplies and blocked their mining exports, meaning the citizens of Burnin Konn had absolutely no way to make money or even survive, as food could not even be hunted on their hellish world. Soon after this is when the horrible day of Operation Cinder, Palpatine's contingency plan, came to reality and sought to punish all worlds of the Empire because they couldn't protect their Emperor. And if you don't know what Operation Cinder was, make sure you check out the video in the pinned comment below or check out the card on screen now. But it was basically Palpatine's post-death order, which signaled a select group of trusted Imperials to bombard the worlds they controlled with horrid climate disruption satellites during the operation. As a result of Operation Cinder being executed on Burnin Konn, beams of chaotic energy were fired at the surface of the planet, where one of its major cities, probably Arcus, was horribly destroyed in an instant, killing all of its citizens without a flinch. Former Imperial Sharpshooter Migs Mayfeld was also present on the planet during the attack, as part of the Imperial army serving there, and sadly lost almost his entire division. So many of his fellow Imperial soldiers had their lives taken away from them from the very empire that they served. This caused massive turmoil within Mayfeld, eventually causing him to leave the Imperial army for good, turning to a life of bounty hunting and becoming a mercenary. Sometime after the event, Mayfeld was undercover alongside Din Djarin inside of the Imperial base on Korak, where he was confronted by his former commanding officer, Valen Hess. The three sat down for drinks, and Hess began to laugh and showed no care for the men lost that day, sending Mayfeld into a red-hot rage, causing him to blast his former superior through the chest, killing him in an instant. And The Mandalorian Season 2 Episode 7 truly did an amazing job of building out his backstory and the pain he now feels having served for the Empire during the war before it backstabbed him. But that is the full history of Burnin Konn and why it was already a tragic planet before Operation Cinder even took place. Thanks so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.